What if the life you are living was just an assumption, a state of consciousness you have been loyal to, perhaps for too long? And what if, tonight, in this silence, you could select a new one? You are not here to get prosperity. You are here to remember you already are prosperity. You've been looking outside, but the operant power is not out there. It's in here. It is your own I am. The world you see is not the cause. It is the effect. It is the shadow, cast by your inner world. By the end of this message, you will not just know this truth, you will feel it. And that feeling, that is the key that opens every door. Listen closely. Tonight, we do not beg for prosperity. We activate it. The work is not done with loud declarations to the world, seeking validation or applause. It is done in the deep, profound, creative silence of your own consciousness. True abundance is like an underground river. It finds its way to your roots, nourishing you from a place unseen, long before anyone sees the fruit. You have been trying to build your house from the outside, desperately trying to rearrange the facts of your life. You have been seeking permission from the shadow world. Stop. The true operant power is your own I am, your awareness of being. It does not need permission. It only needs your focused attention, your assumption. This activation is a silent selection, a quiet shift in your inner world. Tonight, you stop looking for prosperity as something out there, and you begin to occupy the state of being it. You must understand this fundamental law. The feeling of prosperity is the cause. The physical wealth is only the effect, the shadow. This is the first realization. You are not a seeker. You are a selector. And this selection is made in silence. This work is a secret. It is a sacred agreement between you and the deepest part of your being. Call it God, call it the universe, call it your I am. The moment you discuss your inner transformation, your new assumption, with a mind that is not prepared, you leak the power. You diffuse the charge. Napoleon Hill warned constantly of drifting by allowing the opinions of others, their fears and doubts, to define your reality. This is the master key. When you begin to assume your new state, you are planting a seed in the dark, fertile soil of the subconscious. You must protect it. You must become a sealed vessel. The temptation to speak of your new state is the ego seeking validation, seeking proof from the outside before the seed has become a tree. You must deny the ego this satisfaction. You must live from this new state, not talk about it. The world you see right now is only a reflection of your old assumptions. Do not consult the shadow world about the light you are building. This is your selection. It requires no committee, no approval, no external validation. It is a divine, silent transaction. Prosperity loves silence. Why? Because silence is the womb of creation. It is the fertile darkness where the seed must be left undisturbed to do its work. Silence prevents interference. It starves doubt. Doubt is the great devil Hill spoke of, the negative, drifting habit force that sabotages creation. When you hold your new assumption in complete silence, you are building a fortress around that new state of consciousness. The old world, the world of facts, your bank account, your past failures, all of it will scream at you to be realistic. Your five senses will lie to you, presenting the old reality as solid fact. Other people will, unknowingly, reflect your old assumptions back to you. Silence is your shield. It is the discipline of the master, the creator. You are not the drifter, moved by every opinion. You are the selector, the operant power. You are stabilizing a new feeling, a new knowing that I already am what I desire. In this sacred silence, in this protected state, doubt cannot find oxygen to breathe. This protection is your primary sacred duty. Your imagination is the one and only reality. Your consciousness is the operant power. But that inner world, when you first make your new selection, when you first assume your new state, is vulnerable. The feeling is the key, yes, but that feeling must be nourished, not questioned. Talking about your new state to those still living in the old state is like pouring cold water on a tiny flame you are trying to build into a bonfire. They will, often with the best of intentions, remind you of reality. They will project their own fears onto your new assumption. But you are not concerned with that shadow world anymore. You are concerned only with your inner state. You must become ruthless in this protection. You must value your new assumption, your new inner world, more than you value the temporary validation of others. You are choosing a new world, This requires a temporary willingness to feel unrealistic to the old state, knowing your new state is the only reality that matters. So now, in this moment, we make the declaration. This is not a wish. This is not a hope. This is a spiritual agreement. It is a command issued to your own consciousness. It is a selection. Say this from the depth of your being and feel it as done. I activate prosperity in silence. Feel the internal shift. Feel the subtle click as the new state is locked in. It is done. The assumption has been made. The inner world has been rearranged. The seed is planted. Now, we walk as if it is true. We live from this new state. But planting the seed is only the first step. That was the what. Now you must learn the how. You must learn to tend the garden of your mind. Now go deeper. Sowing prosperity. Seeds into the mind. Your mind is a garden. It is the only garden you will ever truly possess. And it is infinitely fertile. It will grow whatever seed you plant or allow to be planted. But for most of your life, you have let the winds of the world, the opinions of others, and the broadcasts of fear plant the seeds for you. You have been drifting, as Hill called it, unconsciously allowing any stray thought, any seed of worry, doubt, debt, or limitation to take root. And then you look at your life, the garden, and wonder why it is filled with weeds. You wonder why your harvest is one of lack and struggle. You must awaken to this truth. Your consciousness, your I am, is the only reality. The outside world is merely the soil, the mirror, showing you precisely what you planted, perhaps weeks, months, or years ago. Tonight, this passivity ends. We stop allowing default planting. We stop being passive observers of our own mental landscape. We become the master gardener. We consciously, deliberately, choose the seeds we plant. Napoleon Hill stated a profound law of the universe. You become what you think about most of the time. This is the surface of the truth. Now we must go deeper. You do not just become what you think. You become what you feel to be true. You become your dominant assumption, your dominant state of consciousness. This is the master key. Are you right now in this moment occupying the state of I am trying to get wealthy? Or are you occupying the state of I am wealthy? The difference is infinite. One is a state of perpetual seeking, a state of not having. The other is a state of being, a state of already having. One is the chase, the other is the arrival. Your consciousness is the only operant power. What you assume to be true, with feeling, with persistence, must harden into fact. The world is clay, and your dominant assumption is the sculptor. The purpose of this message, the reason your inner being guided you to listen tonight, is to begin the great replacement. We are here to consciously, methodically, root out the nighttime thoughts of worry. We are here to stop the mental rehearsals of debt. We are here to cancel the inner conversations of failure and the memories of pain that you have allowed to play on an endless loop. We are replacing them deliberately with seeds of faith, seeds of gratitude, seeds of a definite, defined purpose. This is not positive thinking. Positive thinking is often just a mask, a fragile layer of paint on a rotten foundation. This is state selection. This is a conscious assumption of the wish fulfilled. You are using this very message as the new seed. You are allowing these truths to sink past the conscious analytical mind, deep into the fertile soil of the subconscious, impressing it with a new self-concept, a new, powerful I am. The ancient texts declare, "Death and life are in the power of the tongue." Proverbs 18:21. This is not just the physical tongue you speak with. It is the inner tongue, the inner talking, the mental conversations you have with yourself all day, every day. That is what is planting the seeds, moment by moment. This is why we must use repetition. Not a vain, mechanical, mindless repetition, but a repetition filled with feeling. The feeling is the key. The subconscious mind is not moved by the word alone. It is moved by the feeling behind the word. You must repeat these new truths. I am abundant. I am prosperity. I am a steward of divine wealth, until they become your automatic, deep-seated beliefs. You must persist until they feel more real, more solid than your current bank account, than your current facts. The subconscious accepts what is felt as true and makes it so. This repetition, this conscious inner dialogue, is the work. This is the outwitting of the devil, which Hill described not as a red demon, but as the negative, drifting habit force of the mind. You are impressing the subconscious mind. The subconscious is the operant power. It is the womb of creation. It does not argue. It does not judge. It only accepts. It accepts your fears as commands. It accepts your worries as instructions. Tonight, and every night from now on, you are giving it new instructions. You are saturating your mind with a new assumption. You are persisting in that new state. You are living in that state until it hardens into the physical fact of your life. This is not just changing your thoughts. This is a total, radical shift in who you are. But that's only the surface. Here's what changes everything. Shifting identity from orphan to heir. You are standing at a crossroads. Right now, in this sacred silence, two fundamental identities are available to you. Two core states of consciousness. The state you occupy, the identity you choose to embody, determines the entire world you will experience. You cannot serve two masters. You cannot hold two opposing assumptions simultaneously. You must choose. Will you continue to be the orphan, or will you finally fully accept that you are the heir? This choice is not a one-time decision. It is a selection made every moment of every day. Every reaction you have, every inner conversation you entertain, is a vote for one of these two identities. The world you currently see is simply the majority report of the identity you have been voting for, consciously or unconsciously. Tonight, we change the vote. The orphan mindset is the default state for most of the world. It is the state of drifting that Napoleon Hill described so vividly. The orphan operates from a deep, internal consciousness of scarcity. It believes it is separate, alone, and must fight for its survival. The orphan looks outside, always outside, for approval, for permission, for a savior, for someone to blame. The orphan feels like a victim of circumstances, a slave to the past, bound by what is. The orphan mind compares. It envies. It feels small. It self-sabotages any success because deep down, in its core assumption, it feels unworthy of the kingdom. The orphan hopes for a miracle. It waits for prosperity. It begs for change, never ever realizing that it is the very operant power it is waiting for. It is the consciousness of, I am not. It is the state of lack. But you are not an orphan. That is the great lie, the great hypnotic suggestion that you have accepted as reality. The truth is, you are the heir. A spiritual covenant states, if children, then heirs, heirs of God and joint heirs with Christ. Romans 8:17. This is not a religious platitude. This is spiritual law. You are a joint heir with the entire kingdom. And what is the kingdom? It is your own consciousness. It is the infinite potential of your I am. The heir does not beg. The heir does not hope. The heir assumes. The heir selects. The heir knows that I am is the source of all. The heir knows that all that the Father hath is mine. It is your birthright. It is not something you earn through struggle. It is something you accept through a shift in consciousness. It is a state you occupy right now. The consciousness of the heir is I am. This shift in identity changes everything. The heir recognizes their rightful place. The heir assumes responsibility. This is the great turning point. Not blame for the past, but total 100% responsibility for their state of consciousness right now. The heir knows they are the operant power. They wisely manage their resources, their chief resource being their imagination, their inner world, their feeling state. The heir doesn't waste precious mental energy in envy or comparison because they are too busy consciously creating their own world. They are stewards of their own power, directing it with a definite purpose. They know their inner world is the only cause. They stop reacting to the shadow world, which is the past, and start creating the new reality from within. They stop being an effect and become the cause. This new identity, this assumption of being the heir, radically changes the internal questions you ask yourself. The orphan asks, why is this happening to me? Why isn't this working? When will my breakthrough come? These are questions of victimhood, of powerlessness. The heir asks, what principle have I not yet applied? What state of consciousness am I currently occupying? How can I serve the world from the assumption of my wish fulfilled? Do you see the difference? You stop seeking prosperity, and you start managing the prosperity that you already are in consciousness. You move from the state of I want to the state of I am. This profound shift, This radical change of identity has a specific name. It is the key to all lasting transformation. Now go deeper. The practical process of metanoia, mind renewal. The name for this practical world-changing process is metanoia. It is a powerful Greek word, often mistranslated as repentance, but it means so much more. It means a radical transformation of mind, a total change of consciousness, a revolution of your inner state, your core assumptions. The ancient text commands, "Be transformed by the renewing of your mind." Romans 12:2. This is not a gentle suggestion. It is the fundamental command for all creation, for all reality. You do not change your life, and then your mind changes. That is the illusion, the great inversion. You change your mind. You change your dominant assumption, and your outer life, the shadow world, has no choice but to conform. This is the law. Your consciousness is the one and only reality. The world is your mirror. To change the reflection, you must change you. This metanoia is the practical, daily, moment-by-moment work. You must become the watchman at the gate of your mind. For years you have left the gate unguarded. You have let enemies enter unchallenged. The enemy of doubt, the enemy of fear, the enemy of "I am not enough," the enemy of past memories and future worries. Now you stand guard. When the old limiting belief appears from habit, money is always difficult to get. I always fail. I am not worthy. You do not fight it. Fighting it gives it power. You do not resist it. You simply capture it. You observe it without emotion. You see it for what it is, a dead echo from an old state, a shadow with no substance, and you replace it. You consciously select a new thought, a new assumption, a new inner conversation. This is the discipline Napoleon Hill championed. This is outwitting the devil of negative habit. You replace the lie with the truth. And what is the truth? The truth is not what your senses report. Your senses only report the past. The truth is, I am. The truth is that which you desire to be, that which you select to be right now. When the thought "I am in debt" appears, you calmly observe it and replace it with the new assumption, "I am abundant." When the feeling "I am afraid" appears, you replace it with the selection, "I am purposeful and secure." You must do this relentlessly, not once, but 70 times 7. You are retraining your consciousness, rewiring your brain to accept only the new reality. When you say, "I am trained for abundance with purpose," it is not a lie. It is the new truth that, through your persistent, faithful assumption, will give birth to a new world. It is the selection of your new reality. Here is what changes everything. Your subconscious mind, the devil Hill described as the negative force of drifting, is your servant. It is the fertile soil. It is the womb of creation. It does not argue. It does not judge. It does not care if the order you give it is good or bad for you. It only accepts what you feel to be true. Your vivid, emotionalized imagination is the order. This is why you must use visualization, but more importantly, you must feel. You must see the life you desire. You must feel the gratitude, the relief, the joy of having it now. Your subconscious accepts these emotionally charged orders as reality. It believes the feeling over the fact. This is your operant power. The subconscious is your most powerful ally, and tonight, you give it new, clear, powerful orders. This mental renewal, this metanoia, is the essential groundwork. It is the only work. Stop trying to change the outside. Stop trying to manipulate people or circumstances. That is the orphan's way, and it leads only to exhaustion and frustration. The heir's way is to do the inner work. Change the assumption, renew the mind, shift the state, and then persist in that new state. Live from it, feel from it, act from it, and the shadow world of out there must and will conform. It has no choice. It is law. This is the operant power of your own wonderful human imagination. But this power needs a channel. It needs a direction. It needs a focus. But that's only the surface. Purpose, gratitude, and the 30-day action plan. Prosperity without purpose is a curse. It is meaningless. It becomes a golden cage. It drifts. Napoleon Hill was emphatic, and this is the cornerstone of his work. You must have a definite chief aim, a dominant motive. Why do you desire this abundance? The universe, your own I am, requires a channel for its expression. A vague desire for more money has no power. It is a weak signal that dissolves into static. Is your purpose to serve? To build? To create? To be generous? To provide security for your family? To fund a mission that is greater than yourself? This purpose is the vessel. It gives your power direction. It focuses the beam of your consciousness. Abundance is not the end goal. It is the tool for your purpose. Define that purpose. Write it down. Make it clear. Feel it. Let it pull you forward with a power you have never felt before. Now, we must speak of gratitude, but not the gratitude you have been taught, not the polite thank you for what you have. True, mystical gratitude is the state of already having received. It is the feeling of the wish fulfilled. It is the key that turns on the inside. It is the frequency of the air. It is the signature of it is done. Complaining, worrying, and fearing. These are the frequencies of the orphan. They are, in fact, dark prayers. They are powerful assumptions of more to complain about, worry about, and fear. They lock the spiritual doors tight. Gratitude, true gratitude, is the conscious assumption that it is done. It adjusts your focus from what is wrong to what is right. It opens your inner world to receive what you have already claimed in imagination. You cannot be truly grateful and fearful at the same time. You must choose. Choose gratitude. Listening to this message is the beginning. It is the planting of the seed. But hearing is not being. We must now move from passive listening to active being. This is your 30-day action plan. This is your covenant with your I am. A covenant of silent, consistent, disciplined application of the law. For 30 days, you will live from this new assumption. You will be the air. You will not drift. You will not break the silence and discuss this work with those who would doubt. You will do the work in silence. This is the test of your faith, your persistence. Not faith in an external God, but faith in your own consciousness, your I am, as the one and only reality. This is where the drifter becomes the master. Here is the nightly cycle. This is the real work. Every night before you fall asleep, this is the most critical moment of your day. The world wants you to drift into sleep, replaying the day's failures, worries, and fears, thereby programming your tomorrow with more of the same. You will not. You will consciously choose your state. You will take control. You will meditate on your definite purpose. You will visualize your desired outcome as if it is already real. You will feel the feeling of the wish fulfilled. Feel the relief. Feel the joy. Feel the gratitude for it. You will sleep in the assumption that I am that. This impresses the subconscious mind more powerfully than any other time. You are giving your subconscious its marching orders for the night. You are programming your future reality. And here is the morning cycle. When you wake, before the world and its old assumptions flood in, you define one priority. One single priority that is aligned with your definite chief aim. Not 10 things. One. And then, you will execute a small, focused, silent action toward it. Just 15 minutes. This small, physical action is the ritual. It is your body confirming what your mind knows to be true. You are not trying to make it happen. You are not working to get it. You are simply acting as if it is already true. You are the heir, calmly managing your kingdom. This is the cycle. Assumption at night, action in the morning. This is the silent activation. This is the law of assumption in practice. This is how worlds are built. The shift is done. You are not the old version anymore. You are not manifesting. You are selecting. You are not becoming. You already are. Live from this new assumption. So, I ask you, what state, what divine assumption are you choosing to embody right now? Let me know in the comments what you felt shift inside you during this message. Subscribe, activate the notifications. This is your new home. And if this woke something up in you, do not stop. The next video is waiting. Click it now, and we will go even deeper.